Well, Eric, the brother Grimm, Drummond back here. Back to talk about something a little on the spooky side. For about 20 years, I've been looking into matters of the paranormal and the bizarre, investigating weird stuff that's happened pretty much all around the world now. And whenever I bring this up, invariably somebody always asks, what is the spookiest thing that ever happened to you? What's the experience that scared you the most? And it's hard to answer that question. I keep trying to think of it in terms that people can understand. There have been very big things that have happened to me. Things like an armoire, a big portable closet, like a wardrobe, moved on me once. I had even been a witness once at an exorcism. But doing this word association wise, whenever somebody asks me that question, what immediately pops into my head was actually one of the smaller things that have happened, but it left the biggest impression on me because it was the first real unexplainable experience that I ever had. Always jumps out at me and always jumps back at me whenever I think of this. It was really, really early on when I was diving into this stuff, and I was investigating a residence, a private home. Person was wanting me and some other people that I was with at the time to look into spooky things that were happening around their house. So we were there in the evening, and not much was really happening, which is pretty much the way it goes. A lot of people don't realize that. It's not like you see on TV. It's like war, really. A paranormal investigation is hours upon hours of almost physically painful boredom, occasionally interrupted by about 10 seconds of pure terror. And that's what this night was like, because that 10 seconds happened when I was upstairs with one of the other investigators, and we walked down the hallway at the top of the stairs down to the master bedroom. When we get to the threshold, I'm in the threshold and my partner was in front of me. We hear behind us a thump at the stairs. We look behind us and in the hallway, and then we hear footsteps walk from the other end of the hallway where the stairs are right up to me and stopped right in front of me. And I don't mean they just stopped as in the sound stopped. Walk a few feet and stop and listen to what it sounds like, because when you stop, there's that little at the bottom, that little foot scrape that happens. Because that's what it sounded like. It was dun, 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 dun. And then nothing happened after that. We got it on tape, too. That night, when everything was done and I was trying to get some sleep, I kept thinking not so much about those foot scrapes, but about the footsteps, but about that scrape at the end, that little foot scrape, that little at the very end of it. You can try and explain footsteps. Sure, a lot of skeptics, they say footsteps are just floorboards popping. And the floorboards were popping in the manner and at the place physically where footsteps would normally occur, clear down a hallway as I was conveniently standing right in front of it. Okay, but that foot scrape at the end. Floorboards don't make that little sound. And it bugged me all night. Next chance I got together with my friend because he had the tape, and we played the tape back over and over again as I talked to him about this. And sure enough, there on that tape, you hear dun, 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 as if someone really did just stop directly in front of me. And that, no pun intended, that haunted me for weeks. And this was back in my younger stage when I was very militantly skeptical myself. This was, I think, the first real experience that everyone else in the community just blew off and dismissed because yeah, it was weird, but it wasn't something that we can really consider. And I just could not get over it. Somebody walked up to me and stopped right in front of me, and there was no one there. Since then, in the 2 decades after that, yeah, a lot of other weird stuff has happened. I've seen and been through quite a bit. But it's still, even after all that time, the biggest thing that always comes right back to me. What spooked you the most? It was those footsteps. And that freaking little foot scrape at the end. That ding, 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 ding. And that's what did it. Happy hunting.